Hi everyone, I'm Christina. Welcome to my channel about yoga and personal growth. Today we're talking about the next steps once you decide I am going to do yoga. What is it that you do next? And I'll be giving you some specific tips, especially about going into a yoga studio. So let's get started. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to really celebrate the fact that you've made that decision. It's amazing. You've decided to do this thing that's amazing for your mind and body. So do a little dance party in your head, do it in your room, whatever. But this is an amazing decision that you have made for yourself. The next thing you want to do is you want to find the style of yoga that fits for you. So what is it that you're looking for? Do you want more of a workout? Do you want more relaxation? There is a style of yoga out there for you, and I talk about it in one of my videos that's labeled the larger picture of yoga, and it mentions the yoga's 8 limbs. I talk about all that background to it, so you can check that video out to find out which style you would prefer. But look up yoga studios in your area. What do they offer? Maybe call them, ask about their style, and then really narrow down and find a place that you want to go to. It's going to require a little bit of research, a little bit of time, but again, it's worth it because it's really good for you. Once you find your style, the next thing you want to do is you want to schedule the time that you're going to go to the studio. Schedule your time the same way that you would schedule a work meeting or any other requirement that you have in your life. And this goes for anything that you want to do for self-care. Schedule it because it's just as important to schedule, okay? So at the beginning of the week, what I do is I look at my week and I say, where every day has to have something self-care in it. And so what is that going to be and when is that going to happen? And I put it in my schedule like it's a meeting, because it is a meeting. The next thing that you want to do before you go to a studio is you want to get all the materials that you need. Now, the only things, what's great about yoga is you really don't need that much. You need a yoga mat. You need exercise clothes, some sort of exercise clothes. If you're gonna go with hot yoga, you need to decide what you wanna wear, right? So just know that part too. And then you could have a towel and you wanna have a water bottle, all right? So those are the things you need. So if you're gonna be heading straight from work, you want to make sure that you have all of those things packed, okay? You can find yoga mats really cheap, Target, Amazon, it's just up to you. You have to, when you're doing the research, also do the equipment and get your equipment that you need. The day that you're gonna go to yoga, okay, you did it, you planned it out, you know you're gonna go, make sure that you leave enough time for yourself to get to the yoga studio. Now, it can't always work, but it's really funny, the stories that I hear and that have happened to me too, of like things that you're willing to do to get to a yoga class. The people that you're willing to cut off and everything in your car. So ideally you would arrive with enough time where you can kind of zen out before the class. And so if so, try to schedule that travel time in as well. And then also make sure when you arrive that you're nourished, you're hydrated, and you're ready to go. Okay, so you have arrived at the studio, you walk in the door. Typically, there will be a place for you to put your shoes, and each studio will have a specific marking for that. So heads up for that, and also just know that you will be asked to remove your shoes. So take precautions. If you don't like that, then bring socks with you. So put your shoes somewhere, go to the desk, talk to the person who's at the desk, make sure that you ask them any questions that you have. Tell them if you're brand new, and hopefully they will be lovely enough to help you in that and you'll get all your questions answered. But truly try not to hold back any questions that you have, because you want to feel comfortable and you want it to be a positive experience. So the more that you are taken care of, the more positive you'll feel. Entering the studio, you only need yourself and your mat and your towel and your water bottle. At my studio, the blocks, the props that you may use within a class are inside of the classroom. and typically they are. So you may want to, once you put your mat down, you will grab whatever props the teacher said you needed for class. A good rule of thumb is to always grab 2 blocks because the 2 blocks will help to bring the floor closer to you. So grabbing 2 blocks will be super helpful. You don't want to put your mat right down next to someone if there's a ton of space in the room, right? So choosing your space wisely, giving enough space where each yogi will feel like they have enough of their own area. Now, of course, there are some classes that are super crowded, so know that as well. Sometimes it's like mat to mat. So just kind of be prepared for that. Know that the studio before the class starts and during the class is a quiet space. So make sure that whatever you're doing, if you come with a friend, like quiet talking is okay, like really quiet talking, but know that most people before the class starts, it's a quiet space for reflection. And you could sit when you're waiting, you can sit on your mat just like I'm sitting right now. You could lay down, you could do some planks, you could meditate. People use the time for a lot of different things. So don't feel weird if you're like, hey, I want to lay down and take a nap. Like, that's totally fine, right? So you're in the class, you're ready to go, you did it, you got there, you're all prepared, you scheduled out your time, you made this decision, and then the class starts, and hopefully you're definitely set up to have the best kind of experience, and hopefully you do have a really great experience. So I hope that it goes really well. Please let me know how it goes. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and let me know what else you would like to know about in the comments below. And I hope that you have a great day. Namaste.